Welcome to the West Point Lake Update. My name's Rocky Millenbine, Park Ranger for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Right now we're at Yellow Jacket Beach at the second annual Clean Water Fest. We've got Jill Sestino, who's with the Chattahoochee River Keepers, that's going to be telling us more about this wonderful event. Later we're going to be going to Amity Campground to speak with Mr. Steve Logan, the project manager at West Point Lake, about some of the great upgrades we have at West Point Lake. Stay tuned because we have much more to come. Welcome back to the West Point Lake Update. With me now, I have our regular guest now, Miss Jill Sestino with the Chattahoochee River Keepers. And we are actually here on site at Yellow Jacket Beach at the second now annual Clean Water Festival. And Jill, thank you so much for all the work that you put in to make this such a great success.
Thank you, Rocky. I appreciate that, and I'd love to be a guest on your show. I appreciate you having me, and we appreciate all the help that the Corps of Engineers has helped put this festival on. As Rocky said, I'm Jill Sestino. I work for the Chattahoochee River Keeper, and we are here to protect West Point Lake. We have been cleaning up this lake for about 20 years now, and we are so excited that it is a beautiful lake for our community. It is an economic jewel for our community, and it's a great place to have a lot of fun and enjoy recreation out on this lake. So we're here today to celebrate all the work that we've done, but then also to engage the public in helping us to keep this lake clean and to talk about what it takes to keep a lake clean and to engage people in water quality monitoring and fishing. We have kayaking out here, kayaking guide out here. We have Highland Marina has their boat out here, pontoon boat. We have our River Patrol boat out here because we want people to leave here to know that they do have the Chattahoochee River Keeper in their community, protecting their water, helping look after it, making sure it's clean. And we do cleanups as well as outreach and education.
And I know on our last show we talked about some of the things that were going on to make this event happen. And now we're here at the day that we really get to just enjoy it and kind of sit back and just see the fruits of your labor. and everything's gone well. We've got beautiful weather.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day at Yellow Jacket Beach. And you mentioned so many different things that are going on today, and a lot of fun activities, but yet intertwined with educational activities, because that's really what we wanted to do, right?
That's right. And to do that, we offer prizes and incentives to get people to go through our education stations. We have water monitoring stations out. We have a station where you can come and learn how water flows through your community and what the environmental impacts are along the way of that. We have the fishing instructor out here talking about all the different fish that are in the lake and what a healthy lake system looks like. So yes, and we offer prizes about every 30 minutes for people that go through those education stations. So yes, we're very interested in the public having some ownership in protecting their waters.
Absolutely. And I know some of your coworkers from the Atlanta office have come down to give some of those educational programs.
Yes, that's right. We are very fortunate. We have about 10 people on our staff, and down here I'm the only one. So we do pull in our Atlanta resources when we can. And our technical programs director, who is our main river keeper that looks after the water, he's here, Jason Olseth. He's doing patrol boat rides, and he's talking a little bit about what we do on the river with our patrol boat as far as going up and down and looking after the quality. We have our watershed protection specialist here, Mike Myers. Fantastic. Both guys very, very knowledgeable experts in water quality.
Yeah, and they're really able to like you said, it's important that the public knows about how to keep the water clean and understand the importance of water, so then they're going to really have that feeling of ownership and need to keep the water clean themselves for their use for beautiful days like this.
Yes, absolutely. And another group that we have here is our Sierra Club water monitoring volunteers. They are our local Georgia Adopt-A-Stream volunteers, and we are hoping that we will get some volunteers today through our Georgia Adopt-A-Stream programs. We're the largest Adopt-A-Stream volunteer group in the state of Georgia, and we have about 25 down here, but we would love to have some more. And you can speak to them and learn how to get certified for our water quality testing, and they're here today as well. So it takes all of us, and the City of LaGrange is here. We're very excited to have them here today, and their efforts that they're putting forth to keep our tributaries and our creeks clean. They are doing a wonderful job out here educating what needs to be done on those waterways. So we're glad to have them this year.
Yeah, and all the education stuff, it's wonderful, it's good to know, but I know a lot of people, they're out here because it's a beautiful day at the beach, and there's all these fun activities going on out here, especially like the kayaks out here. Is that Pine Mountain?
Yes, Pine Mountain Adventures is our kayaking guide. He is fabulous, Frank Hardenstein. If you ever want to do a kayaking trip, he's local here, and he is actually in LaGrange, but he's out taking all different ages out kayaking and hoping to get people interested, because there's so many beautiful areas that people can go boating, but kayaking as well. Yes, and Highland Marina is very, very generous to bring a pontoon boat over for us. So absolutely, it's a community event.
Yeah, because not everyone gets to go out on a kayak every day. It's, but these are available for free for people to come out here and just see a whole new aspect of the lake.
Yes, and that's a big deal for us in terms of sponsorship. Interface is our presenting sponsor this year, and because we have such wonderful sponsorship, we are able to do this for the community free. All of these people come out. You all offer this as a free entrance day, and the community is able to come out and do these things for free because we have wonderful sponsors. The PC Screening did all of our printing for us. Interface is our presenting sponsor. LaGrange Grocery, Coca-Cola donated beverages. The branding firm did all of our advertising and promotions. So it's been wonderful to have this community-supported event.
Yeah, well, and it really takes a village to make something like this happen. We're so reliant on people giving of their time and money to really make this thing a success, and we're so thankful for everybody that has come out to help out today. Yeah,
and the volunteers, that's another thing that we want to just say thank you to our volunteers, because the Riverkeeper, Chattahoochee Riverkeeper, really belongs to the community. We are a community member driven organization. We have 6,000 members now, and in LaGrange we have about 200 members, so we are hoping that we belong to the community. The Riverkeeper is a community membership driven organization, and volunteers and sponsors all make all of that worthwhile. So hopefully we'll make this an annual event and keep doing this every year, and hopefully that it'll just continue to grow.
Yeah.
And it's for all ages.
Absolutely. It's for anyone that wants to come out and enjoy a beautiful day on West Point Lake.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And you really have mentioned a lot about needing volunteers and the great things that you can do with volunteers, I guess I should say, more than anything. How can people get with you to see if they could help out with your volunteer programs?
That would be great. The best way to reach me is through my email address. Mm-hmm. It's jsistino, SISTINO, at chattahoochee.org. And if that's too much, you go to chattahoochee.org, look up West Point Lake Region, and my name and my face is on there. So just click and look me up, and we can do outreach events together. We can do water monitoring together. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of activities going on down here all over. We protect from Helen, Georgia, all the way down to Florida. So there's a lot going on throughout the river basin.
Yeah, so we really want the public to not only come out and see us next year when we hopefully are doing this event again, but get a hold of Jill if you really want to do a special thing to help out the environment and help out the water.
And we have an office downtown on the square as well. People can stop in. I failed to mention that, but we have a beautiful office on the LaGrange downtown square that we love for people to stop in and visit.
Okay, well, Jill, thank you so much for all you've done to make this such a huge event today, and for everything that you do on a daily basis for our area and our water.
You're welcome. My pleasure. It's a very fun job.
Okay, great.
Glad to do it.
We want everybody to stay tuned because we have more to come. I'm here with Frank Hardenstein with Pine Mountain Adventures, and you've really come out here and you volunteered your time to really show these people how to kayak and the beauty of doing it.
Right. Yeah, it's great to see them all out here, and they're all learning a little something, and hopefully they'll go away with something that they, maybe can use for a lifetime.
Absolutely. And, are a lot of these people kind of new to kayaking?
Yeah, I'd say about 90% of them have never been in a kayak before.
Yeah, and that's great to kind of introduce them to a new form to enjoy West Point Lake and all over the valley on the river and everything.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of them, as you can see, are younger kids too, and they're just eating it up. So I imagine there'll be a lot of kayaks under the Christmas tree this year.
Hey, and that's great because that promotes our lake and it helps you out and the whole 9 yards.
Yep. It's always good to have it. But it's kayaks. It's interesting if the canoes just aren't a hit anymore. It's strictly the kayaks.
Right. And Frank, I mentioned you're with Pine Mountain Adventures,
right,
and you do this quite a bit, don't you?
We do.
Events like this.
Yeah, we were actually on the Flint yesterday looking at the spider lilies. So
okay, which is very popular right now. I know they're blooming and just absolutely beautiful.
Unbelievable, full bloom right now.
Well, Frank, if somebody wants to check those things out, I know that you kind of charter trips like that
Right.
so people can go and enjoy that. How can they get a hold of you?
PineMountainAdventures.com is our website, and that's the easiest way.
Okay, PineMountainAdventures.com.
Yep.
And they can get a hold of you, and then you can take them out and show them the ropes on one of these fun kayaks.
That's right. Be great.
All right, well, Frank, thanks for being here, man.
All right, Rocky. Good to see you again.
Welcome back to the West Point Lake Update. With me now, I have Steve Logan, Project Manager here at West Point Lake.
Good to be here, Rocky.
And right now we're here on a breezy and beautiful day at Amity Campground, and we're just so glad to be out here.
It is.
And enjoy the sunshine.
It feels great out here.
Yes, and as I said, we're at Amity Campground, and you know, this is one of our 4 campgrounds here on the lake, and we're always trying to improve our campgrounds. I know we've done some improvements here in this campground, right?
That's correct, Rocky. You know, when we had the ARRA money, or the stimulus money, we made a lot of improvements here at Amity Campground. The entrance primarily, and then 50 amps, provided 50 amp service to all those sites. But now that's over with, and we're always in a continuous improvement mode. And here at Amity, what we've done is we have cleared a lot of vegetation that obstructed vistas and views from the campsites that the campers really want. And they really are enjoying that, and we've also, as we have funds, we are improving what we call the impact areas, which is like places where the picnic table and the grill and things like that go. And sometimes they were located away from the RV, so now we put them up against the driveway where the RV is. And Rocky, what that does is it makes it easy for the camper to get to all those facilities, and it gets the impact in one spot, and it kind of saves the environment a little bit around there. So in long term, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And our viewers need to keep in mind too, with those impact pads, they're very important because we've got campers constantly in and out of the campgrounds, and they're really an area where people can put up their tents. They can, like you said, they can have their picnics and things like that, and they can do that without tearing up the grass and different things.
That's exactly right. They do most of their living in the impact area, which is kind of like the living room.
Yeah.
And they stomp around there and they walk around there. If that was just grass, it would be worn out pretty fast, and then you'd have muddy and people wouldn't like it as much. So doing that is going to save us a lot of money, save the taxpayer a lot of money, and improve the camper's experience out here at the campground.
Absolutely, and it's really a safety thing too, because when you have places like grills and fire pits, we don't want dead grass or leaf litters, things like that, to build up and then catch fire.
Exactly. The impact areas are built, with a crush run type material. It's smooth, it's level. People can walk around there, and you compare that, say, a site that doesn't have an impact area, where the ground is uneven, there's rocks, there's dirt, there's the ability to slip and things like that. So it's much better. It's better for safety, it's better for them to just enjoy the whole camping experience.
And before that, you mentioned that we've been opening up viewing vistas throughout all our parks, and they really look great. And I believe the Corps purchased a piece of equipment, and Anderson Construction just kind of went and done a great job cleaning those areas out.
That's exactly right. It's called a forester cutter, and it really gives the contractor the ability to quickly remove the vegetation, and also more safely. And so we have lots of places on the lake that needs that continuous maintenance, where we clear the area so that not only for the vista, which is very important to the campers obviously, but also a lot of campers are concerned about the critters, and from a security standpoint, people who are not doing things that they should be doing, they can't hide. So the rangers and our law enforcement officials can view the area without the secrecy of vegetation out there, and it makes it just for a much more safe and secure environment.
Absolutely.
And the campers always love that.
And they love it too, because you come out here to these campgrounds that we have on West Point Lake, and this is what you're looking for. You're looking for that beautiful scenic view of the lake.
Kind of like today, right?
Yeah, where we can just sit out and just enjoy all the beauty around us.
That's right. That's right.
And that work, it's not just been done in the campgrounds either. It's been done in several of our day-use parks and boat ramp parks.
That's correct, Rocky. The day-use, the campgrounds, not the only place that people would like to recreate. Lots of people go to our parks to picnic and to use shelters and go to the beach and so forth. And we found that those vistas were crowded out because of undesirable vegetation, a lot of exotic type vegetation like hedge, Japanese privet, things like that. So we begin to clear that, and now we've seen families come out more, and they're beginning to enjoy places they didn't even know there were picnic sites there to begin with. And now they can see a nice, pretty lake, and they bring the family out. You know, we are a family-friendly agency when it comes to recreation, and so a lot of the day use areas are getting that attention. We haven't covered them all yet, but in the years to come, we'll get some every year, and probably start a cycle of maintaining that, like once every 5 years, something like that.
And that's something that the public can really look forward to, because now that we have this piece of equipment that we didn't have in the past, it's going to really open up some opportunities.
Oh, of course. You know, before we were just doing it with chainsaws and pruning shears and things like that. Took a lot of people to get that done. Now, it's an amazing machine. Just goes in and mulches the vegetation, so the vegetation falls right on the ground. That's good for the environment. It enriches the soil and so forth. It prevents erosion, you know. So it works out real well. It makes it much more efficient and effective. It saves the taxpayer money, and of course we're all for that.
Absolutely. And one of those parks that we were talking about that we've done a lot of clearing and work in is Ringer Park on the north side of the lake.
Correct.
Could you tell us some of the improvements we've had there at Ringer?
I sure can. You know, Ringer was formerly a campground, and we just did not have the funds to manage it and develop it properly. So we decided to, with input from the public and so forth, we decided to convert it from a campground to a day use area, but just a day use facility only. And so we came in and we renovated the campsites to picnic sites, brought in new facilities like grills and new borders around these impact areas and tables and so forth. We cleared a lot of vegetation from the shoreline we had the same problem up there. They couldn't see the lake. It created a nice bankside fishing facility, if you will. And now it's a family-friendly environment. People are really enjoying it, and we think it's a success story. We hope one day to have water, maybe through the municipality, and be able to possibly build a waterborne toilet up there. But until that comes, we won't be able to do that. But we have electrical service, have security lights out there, and people are really enjoying it. So I'm thankful for the work we've been able to do up there.
And Ringer, as you mentioned, it's a very popular boat ramp for access to the river on the north side of the lake. And, you know, it's one of those things that we want to make sure that the public has a safe place to recreate all over the lake. And Ringer's kind of become almost our little Keystone Park up on that north side, where families can come in, if you're from North LaGrange, etc., you know, get to the lake and just enjoy yourself. You're
right. A lot of people, you know, come from Atlanta, Hogansville, Grantsville, those areas. And that's one of the first places they come to. So they use it. You know, unfortunately, sometimes these people don't know we have other parks, you know, southward, but they like our Ringer. They come in, they use the boat ramp, and like you said, it's in a critical location for that part of the river that they want to access and fish, and they enjoy that, you know. So West Point Lake, it just provides a great balance for all kinds of users, and you know, just we're grateful to be a part of that, aren't we, Rocky?
That's right, absolutely. And you mentioned the users that come here, and that's what we really feel is the most important mission with recreation here at West Point Lake is to provide for the public, because as I know you've mentioned several times before to me, that this is technically, you know, it's federal property. It's property of the public, and we want to manage it like that.
That's right. It's property of the taxpayers, and we've always taken a position in our projects that we are servants of the public. We're public servants. We take that literally, and we try to manage with the public in mind, and it's worked out great. I mean, people appreciate it. They want to know they're getting their tax dollars worth, and we certainly want to be able to give it to them. So you're exactly right. It's about the public, and we're just here to help and assist them to have a great recreation experience, go home and come again one other day.
Absolutely. And you mentioned all the different types of recreation experiences we have here at West Point Lake, and that's a point of pride for both of us, is to know that we do so many different things. We're here in a campground. We've got all our boat ramps for accessibility for the great fishing lake that West Point Lake is. Bank fishermen, we provide for those. But one thing that is extremely popular right now in this kind of period between Memorial Day and the 4th of July is our beaches. We're getting great usage out of those. And could you just tell our viewers where some of those beaches are at, and hopefully they can experience that joy?
Well, that's a good point, Rocky. We have 3 beaches. Rocky Point on the Alabama side, close to Southern Harbor Marina. And then we have Yellow Jacket Creek, which is kind of there in LaGrange. And the other one is Earl Cook. And Earl Cook is easily accessible off of I-85 by the key exit, which is exit 6. Earl Cook is one of those parks that's kind of like a sleeping giant. It hasn't gotten the visitation in the past, and we think that one day when people get wind of it, the place is going to explode. And it's got lots of picnic facilities, it's got shelters, it's got a boat ramp, everything that people want to use. Fortunately, the rain has come this year, the lake is up, and the beaches are in great use, highly usable. And we always check the bottom to make sure the bottom is safe, and we check to make sure the water quality is good, and it's a very safe place for visitors to come and use. So three of those again: Earl Cook, Yellow Jacket, and Rocky Point.
Yeah, and they're kind of strategically placed as well. So
they are.
There's a beach there for everybody to use, and we want them to use that. And I don't think people realize how easy it is to access Earl Cook, especially now that we've got that exit 6.
Oh, yes. You can just get off exit 6 and just go straight. Go straight, cross US 29, and within just a few minutes, you're at the park.
Absolutely.
That's one of our it's one of our primary day use areas. There is a fee to use there. You can buy a annual fee, and it's a great bargain, especially if you plan on going there quite a bit. And you can do it all. You can picnic, you can use the boat ramp, you can beach, you can bird watch. All those things. It's a great place.
Absolutely. And we've got so many parks, and of course we're there completely for the public. And I know the ever-changing economy with the federal government, it's getting more difficult, but we just want to let the viewers know that we're here, we're constantly working to improve our recreation areas, and that they're the reason that we're doing it, so they can come out here and enjoy it.
That's right, Rocky. You bring up a good point. We work with the funds that we get, and funding has been level or reduced over the past several years, and unfortunately, we're anticipating more of the same, because of the economy and world events and so forth. And so, what can the public do? Well, they can certainly let their elected leaders know how much they enjoy the areas and how much they want to see it to continue to be funded. And we'll do the best we can what we have. We don't have the money. There may come a time in the future where services will be reduced, but we try to assure that it's less the impact to the public as possible. And we try to make wise decisions that you and I will make at our home as we're managing our home property. And hopefully the public will benefit from that.
That's right. And we just want to invite everybody to come out to all these recreation areas that we spoke about and enjoy West Point Lake, because it's here for you. Mr. Logan, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Rocky.
And we want everybody to stay tuned, because we've got more to come.
Hello, welcome to Rocky Point Recreation Area. This is a day-use park. We have a variety of things to offer, such as a very large pavilion for accommodating up to 250 people. And we also have, adjoining that, a large swimming area and life jackets that can be used free of charge for the day to make sure that everybody is safe and sound. One of the most popular items in the parks are fishing pier. We have folks that are here 7 days a week trying their luck and having a great amount of success. But if you're in a boat, bring it along. We have 2 different ramps actually, accommodating people at the same time, and room to park your trailers for about 25.
Welcome back to Yellow Jacket Beach. I want to thank everyone for watching today. I'd also like to thank Jill Sestino with the Chattahoochee River Keepers, who put on this wonderful festival here at Yellow Jacket Beach. Also want to thank Steve Logan with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for telling us about some of the updates that are going on here at West Point Lake. Remember, when you're around the water, it's always important to wear your life jacket. They float, you don't. Until next time, have a great day on the lake.